In a victory for animals in the First Amendment, a court denies PETA's motion to compel my disclosure of confidential informants. PETA demanded in court that I reveal the names of PETA employees who spoke to me on condition of anonymity about PETA's killing of animals. The information they provided was used to corroborate newspaper articles, on the record sources, government documents received under the Public Records Act, testimony and information from civil and criminal cases against PETA, videotape evidence, and admissions of killing by PETA officials. Their testimony was used for a series of articles and ultimately became a book, Why PETA Kills. The PETA employees agreed to speak with me as whistleblowers. They expressed grave concerns about what they saw and wanted the public to know. They trusted me with the information and with protecting their identity because they reasonably fear retribution. Because I refused to reveal their names during a deposition, PETA filed a motion to compel disclosure. PETA claimed I was not entitled to the protection of the First Amendment because I am also an advocate for animals, wrote the court. PETA argues the reporter's privilege does not apply to Winograd because in gathering the information at issue, he was acting as an advocate rather than a journalist and is not entitled to the protection of the Shield Law or the qualified privilege. Yet, as the Court of Appeal has previously ruled, the First Amendment protects investigative reporting. That includes authors such as Lincoln Steffens and Upton Sinclair, who exposed widespread corruption and abuse in American life. More recently, social critics such as Rachel Carson, Ralph Nader, Jessica Mitford, and others have written books that have made significant contributions to the public discourse on major issues confronting the American people. As my attorney argued, every crusading journalist in that pantheon of heroes cited by the court would have flunked PETA's putative journalism test, for their journalism was inseparable from their advocacy. Indeed, Sinclair and Nader took their advocacy onto the campaign trail and sought public office. Winograd and no-kill advocacy centers' intertwined investigative and advocacy work are no different from that done by Nader and his nonprofit Public Citizen. The court agreed. PETA's motion to compel was denied. This is a victory for the animals, a victory for investigative journalism, a victory for new, non-traditional media, and a victory for the First Amendment. During the pendency of the motion, the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, the organization founded by legendary Washington Post editor Ben Bradlee of Watergate and Pentagon Papers fame, issued a statement saying PETA's efforts to undermine the First Amendment by seeking the identity of my confidential informants who helped corroborate its killing practices should be alarming for all newsgatherers. PETA's killing of animals should also be alarming to every advocate for animal rights, every activist working to reform their local pounds, every animal lover who believes, as I do, that dogs, cats, rabbits, and other animal companions have the right to live, a right PETA continues to undermine every time they inject a healthy animal with a lethal dose of poison. I want to thank everyone who contributed to my legal defense fund. I want to thank the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press and the Press Freedom Defense Fund for taking on my case. I want to thank Joshua Colton, my attorney, and more importantly, warrior for the First Amendment. But most of all, I want to thank my wife, Jennifer, who reminded me, as I faced the specter of incarceration, had PETA's motion instead been granted and I was found in contempt, that we all have a duty to honor the sacrifices made by generations before us by likewise defending the freedoms they fought for. We do that by standing up to oppression and abuse of power, even at our own personal peril. And to that end, it is my hope that additional PETA employees, past and present, will have the courage to come forward and report what they have witnessed there or perhaps even participated in. It is only by exposing what PETA does to animals that we can ever hope to protect what otherwise would be future animal victims by bringing the killing to an end.